our capacity to change the world, our capacity to make a significant contribution in Christianity in the history of our world depends on our ability to pass on our faith, our zeal, our vision, our excitement to the next generation.
In 2003, when the letter came, it was like 95% of the whole São Paulo campus ministry, and I guess the whole campus ministry in Brazil ended up leaving either there or in the next few months. Over the years, it was very sad to come to that realization. I'm like one of the few who are left in the church.
We lost an entire generation of future leaders, future disciples, future professionals, future people who take care of our kids right now. Some of them return afterwards, 10 years after that, but they are in another place in their faith and they are so hurt.
I know that the disciples who remain in our churches, they love God so much, but I also know that they need a lot of help, that they need a lot of spark and vision, and I believe that the campus generation can do that for the rest of the church too.
They are the generation that is most open, most eager, with, I believe, the greatest vision for the world. They understand that the world is one global community, and so the message of hope to bring God's love all around the world just resonates with this generation.
2012 and 2013, like, we didn't have a campus ministry that was really like thriving. I started working for the South Florida church, but here in Brazil, and this opened so many doors for me to get training, to go to different countries and meet different ministries around the US. And you know, like, every time that I was going there and was coming back, I was start to having this dream for our country. But we didn't know how. You know, like, what can we do to learn, and so we can do greater things for God as a nation.
I hear some stories that they have to face in 2003 that I'm scared to face it. We need to know how to encourage, we need to know how to inspire, we need to know how to disciple, how to solve broken relationships.
We meet different people, and the university is really hard because the people ask why you pray, ask why you follow Jesus, make funny of your faith. It's the time that you have a lot of challenge.
In Rio, our church has been in the same place maybe 10 years. The same amount of chairs, the same amount of people. We're not seeing as many baptisms, so we start to think that does God still works this way?
What usually happens in movements is if they don't change, if they solidify, then another group, usually a younger group, will start a new movement.
And then I went to the ICMC in New York. That's when I was with Tony Fernandez, and he was telling me how he's dreaming about Brazil. And we start talking about this, like what we can do to Brazil and for the new generation. And for me, like, created me the desire for us to work together and think about a project. And that's how the MAPA project was born, with this idea that we could make a partnership between Florida churches and Brazil to train Americans and Brazilians to work for the church and advance the kingdom here in our country. And we all like fight for it, pray a lot, have fast a lot about it, and God was blessing. After 1 year we got the budget, thank God, thank the brothers and sisters from the US who really helped us with this part, and we were able to hire some interns here in Brazil for the first time in a lot of years.
I was trained in the South Florida Church of Christ, and I'm here in Brazil working with MAPA. MAPA is a project where we train university students so that they can be future campus leaders. This training was really special for me because I began to see how God could use my life, and then being able to pass that on to other people and say, look, God can use your life, was really a special thing to have first transfer to me and be able to transfer to others with the hope that they can transfer that to many others as well. I've seen so many people's lives change through this project. I've seen people become totally different people for Christ, become on fire for God, and have a dream for their country.
I came to the realization that the most beneficial place for me to be is on the campus. I'm spending like 20, 25 hours a week going there and teaching these kids like everything I know, perhaps trying to pass my heart to them.
The dream that I have on my heart, that God put in it, I can see that it's not just in my heart. That God is speaking through different ways to different people all over our ministry. And so everyone is very excited. We're studying the Bible with a lot of people. We're trying different things.
My dream is looking for kids and teenagers can wait for become a student and say, oh my God, I want to go to campus ministry, I want to save lives, because this is awesome.
The fact that we can have these programs, the fact that 16 people were able to participate in a training program, and they were able to quit their jobs, they were able to, for 1 year, focus on building a campus ministry is incredible. That's phenomenal. That doesn't exist. I've never seen that before.
The project started in São Paulo in July of 2016, and in March of 2017, the project started in Brasilia, and that's one of the reasons that I'm here in Brasilia right now, to help to develop this project here too.
In Brasilia, we put more than 60% of our income in the MAPA program. It is strategic. If we rekindle this, we'll have a strong church, not now, but in 10, 20 years.
We just finished a national campus conference here in Brasilia. The guy who organized it is a 23-year-old campus student. He's a leader. The girl who shared communion with us is a 6-month-old Christian baby baptized in Ribeirão, our newest mission. It's incredible to see these young men and these young women not only dreaming but also experiencing that they can be used by God and actually being used to touch lives and to grow in their confidence that they can be used.
If we don't focus on the process, if we don't focus on love one another, if we don't focus to love one person, and really start small, we're never gonna have the big things. And I think this is the difference now that we're living here in Brazil.
If you don't invest in campus ministry, we can see what happened. We can see some churches that are like, they have a lot of difficult thinking, planning ahead, establishing strategy, working with some challenges in a deeper level. They're like struggling to keep their faith and helping those along the way.
I really do believe that the church will be super weak if there isn't an investment in a confidence, in a trust that God wants to use the young people to advance the gospel, to advance His kingdom.
I feel renewed being with them. I want them to feel that they're capable of doing great things, that they have the confidence to look at many older people and with humility, but a lot of courage and determination to say, well, God has chosen me to lead you. So I'm gonna learn from you, but I'm also gonna lead you towards greater things. And I know the church wants that.
We are healthier, spiritually sane. The generations are more united after a lot of work and prayer, and we are all thinking about the future. We are just a seed now. We are still small ministries, but there's so many brothers and sisters here with this heart to do something for God, and this heart to keep persevering in the vine, to be more close to Christ and Jesus. And I hope that we can from this mustard seed become a great and big tree that will impact the whole church.